Hello and welcome to this tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to make a slideshow video from the Photos app on a Mac. So this slideshow video can be a virtual tour if you don't have the ability to get out to your listing and make a video tour of the listing, and then you can upload it to YouTube and have a virtual tour for people to look at. So we are beginning with the Photos application on a Mac, and that's what this window is. And you may already have your photos of the listing in this application if you've taken the photos with your iPhone, or if you had a professional photographer take the photos, you'll need to download those photos. And I have this folder on my desktop of my listing 1234 State, and I have the photos of my listing in this folder. So what I first want to do is create an album in my Photos application. So on the left menu under My Albums, I'm going to click the plus button and create an album, and I'm going to title it the name of my listing. And if you do already have photos in your Photos application, you can just click and drag right into the folder, and that photo will move into that folder. I'm going to remove this photo from the album by right-clicking and clicking on Remove One Photo from Album. So I'm going to go to my folder with the photos from my 1234 State listing, and I'm going to select them all and drag them right into that folder. And it's asking me, would you like to import the following duplicate item? So I already had one of these photos in my iPhotos, so I'm going to just import everything. Okay, so these are now all of my photos for my listing, and I have two photos of a front of a house, so I'm just going to remove one. And then you can reorder photos right from this album. So I'm just going to click and drag and move the front of the house up to the top and move some of these around. So I want the entryway after that, and living room, kitchen, master bedroom, basement, and exterior photos. So you can create a slideshow from just these photos, but what I want to do is add some additional slides in here with some text to describe the listing. I am going to go to Lucid Press, and if I type slideshow, I'm on the templates. If I type slideshow to filter slideshow, I have a template for slideshow additional pages. So I've already opened that template, and in this template I have some pages already built in here, and of course you would type information about your listing on these additional slides. And then we're going to download all of these slides so that we create an image out of each of these slides. So you can add pages to this. You can duplicate pages if you right click and duplicate and change the information on that slide. Adding, you just click this plus sign. You can reorder, but that's really not necessary since we're downloading this. So once you have all of these additional slides created, you can click download up here in the upper right hand corner, and we want PNG format, and we're going to download all the pages, and we're going to use print resolution, so 300 dpi, and just click download. And it will generate the file and then download it as a zipped file. Because we have multiple pages, it will be a zip file instead of one individual file. So my file is generated, it's downloaded. If I click on that file that's downloaded, it opens up, it unzips the pages that I've downloaded. It gives me a folder. And these are images of these slideshow pages that you created in LucidPress. So I don't need LucidPress anymore. And what I can do is just click and drag all these images right into my album I created in the photo application. And the album is 123 State, so it's my listing. And I can move these around. So however you may want these ordered. When you have all of your slides in your folder and you've arranged them in the way that you would like them to appear in your slideshow, we now need to create a slideshow from all of these images. So highlight all of the images in your folder and then go over to the left and to My Projects and click the plus sign. And go to Slideshow and choose Photos. This pop-up window opens and it's asking you if you want to create a new slideshow or add to an existing slideshow. So we're going to create a new slideshow, and I'm going to call it the name of my listing, so 1234 State, and click OK. This takes the images from your 1234 State album and puts them in a new slideshow project. From here, you can reorder slides if you need to. You'll notice on the first slide that there is a text box, and you can edit that text box if you want. You don't get much in the way of customizing text boxes. You can't move the text box around, but you can change the font. So if you highlight that and go up to Edit and then Font, you can show fonts, and this will show you all the fonts that you can use in the Photos app. So these fonts will be stored on your computer. You can change the size if you want. You can make it a condensed or regular, so that condenses the space in between the letters. If you go up to Edit again, this will also give you some options. Kerning is, again, the space between each letter, so you can tighten that or loosen. And then you can change the color of the font. So that would be the T. So click on that, you'll get this color wheel with this little crosshair cursor. And you can change the color just by clicking and moving with your mouse. And once you get a color you think you like, you just close that box, and you can close the fonts box, and there's your text. If you go to an image, you can add text by clicking on that little thumbnail of the image so that it's highlighted in blue, and then going over to the lower right hand corner, clicking the plus for Add Object, and then choose Add Text, and you get a text box on the image. And you can customize that and also customize the font and the color. And we'll just choose the same font, and you can change the color if you want. Again, I'm going to use white. And when you do add text to a slide, you'll see this text icon next to that image, that little thumbnail of the image. And that's when you know you have text on a slide. So by adding these custom slides that you created in LucidPress, you're giving a little more detailed information about the listing, so you may not have to add so much text over each image. So once you've organized your slides in the way you want them, maybe you added all your text, you can go over to these left or right hand icons and first choose a style. And there are really only two styles, in my opinion, that would work well for a virtual home tour slideshow for a listing. So this Ken Burns, if you preview that, you see that what it does is it scales each slide, so it makes it appear larger and then it scales it down to smaller, so it appears like it's moving. Origami, you can see why that might not be the best for a listing. It groups all of your slides together and it won't show them in the order that you've intended. The same goes with reflections. Sliding panels. Vintage prints sort of puts this sepia tone on your images. These, for the vintage prints, these do go in the order that you've made your slides, but it sort of shows them on weird angles, and it might be hard for someone to view a listing this way. In Classic, it's just going to go through each slide without any changes to the slide. In Magazine, will also show images side by side or maybe not in the order that you intended. So really Ken Burns and Classic are the two that I would suggest. So when you do choose a theme, you have some options. For music, you can choose, it only gives you this Ken Burns music, or you can choose from your music library. So these are any songs that you've purchased from the Apple Music Library. I'm just going to stick with this Ken Burns music that it's selected. And then you have some options as far as duration goes. So you can fit the slides to the music, or you can customize the duration of each slide. I think that sometimes, especially if you have text in these slides, they go a little bit fast. If someone's reading text, you want to give them enough time to comprehend what it says. So I would just play around with this and make sure that it's not going too fast or too slow. And as far as the Ken Burns goes, this scale photos to fit screen, it's not really going to change anything if you click on that for the Ken Burns because it already scales your photo. So you can see that each of these photos already fits in this entire screen. If you choose Classic, you get a few more options. I'm going to change the duration of each slide. So you see these black bars on the left and the right of the image. It is fitting the image into this proportion. If you check off of that, it will scale the image to fit the entire screen. So it could cut off parts of your image, but sometimes that looks better than the black bars on either side. You can change the transition of each slide, and it'll give you a little preview down here of what that would be. And then the speed at which it transitions. You can change the direction of the transition. So whatever your preference is for that. Once you have your slideshow exactly as you like it, I'm going to choose Ken Burns again because I prefer how that looks because it does move the slides, the images a little bit, so it does give that feeling that this is more of a video than just images scrolling past the viewer. So once you have everything the way you like it, you export and choose the high definition, as we might as well choose the highest quality video that we can have. And then what you name it, this is going to be the title of this video. So I'd suggest naming it the address of the listing. And automatically send to music may not be checked, but that should be checked so that the music that goes along with this slideshow will be saved within the video. Otherwise, you will not have music for this video. And then just hit save. And I've already saved it to my folder, so just choose replace. So it'll export the slideshow. And depending on how many slides you have in the slideshow, it could take a minute or so to export. Just be patient with it and let it do its job. So when this does export, we're going to want to upload it to YouTube. And Reinhardt has created a YouTube channel for home tours, and you can find that on Reinhardt Central homepage. If you scroll down, here's the username and password. So you just type in YouTube and log in with this username, this email address, and this password. So once you're logged in, click on, if this is the view you're seeing, click on the little circle in the upper right hand corner and go to your channel. And then you can go to YouTube Studio, or you can create a video or post. So if you choose to create a video or post, you would upload video or YouTube Studio. Sorry, this is taking a few minutes to load. My computer does not like me today. Okay, so if you're on YouTube Studio, you can just click this Upload Video button and either choose Select Files or just drag and drop your video. And the video will upload. And it will go through this upload process down here. You can change the title of the video if you'd like. You can add a description of the property, you know, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, beautiful downtown home, something like that. And once this video has been uploaded and processed, you'll be able to choose a thumbnail image to be the first image that people see when they click or when they see this link. So we're just going to hit next here while the video uploads. And you need to select whether it's made for kids or not. If you choose yes, it's made for kids, children's content will come up when people watch this video. So I would just suggest click no, it's not made for kids. And we're going to hit next. And these options aren't available to you because the video hasn't been processed yet, but you don't need to add an end screen or cards. You already have an end screen if you've added one of those custom slides from LucidPress. So just hit next and save or publish, and you'd want to save it to the public and click publish. And it'll just tell you that the video does need to process before it can be viewed on YouTube. So you can just close that. And on the Reinhardt Home Tours YouTube channel, if you select videos on the left, you can see that the video has been posted. So that thumbnail really isn't the best grab for, attention grab. So we want to edit that. So click on the little pencil, and then this gives you a couple other options to change the thumbnail to. So I'm going to click the thumbnail of the exterior of the home. And then this also, you can change the description if you want, or change the title. And anytime you make changes, you want to make sure you hit save. And that saves your video. So that is how you make a slideshow virtual tour through the Photos app on a Mac. Thanks for watching.